team doesn't have a chance in any game they play. I mean, they were destroyed, absolutely crushed by the Pelicans on Tuesday night. 128-111, and as you heard on the Lakers radio network on the call right there, final score doesn't even remotely indicate how lopsided it was. Without LeBron, without AD, this team can't function. Their role players are good, solid role players solely for the purpose of being around Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They don't have a requisite starting five right now. I mean, I expect the Lakers to basically lose almost every game that they play. And if that sounds like exaggeration, check the schedule. There's a realistic chance, and LeBron should be out a month, and they've now lost third straight since he suffered the high ankle sprain. Listen, the LA Lakers are going to be in a position where I think without these two, they're going to win between 30 to 40% of their games max without these guys. I mean, I can't pick them to beat the Sacramento Kings. I mean, let alone everyone else who's going to be on their schedule. The Lakers are now down to fourth in the Western Conference at 28-16. And I think that even the most diehard Laker fan needs to realize that there is a very realistic chance, that this team is going to be out of the playoffs when LeBron and AD come back. Because the Nuggets, they've got, to me, the MVP frontrunner when you look at it with Jokic. And Mike Malone is a fantastic coach. And Murray and company, they've got a loaded roster. Portland is a superb team. They lost a great game against James Harden, who was superb again last night, and the Brooklyn Nets. And right now you have the Lakers at 28-16, Denver at 26-17, Portland 25-18. Not to mention the Spurs have really played well this year. The Mavericks have a true star in Luka Doncic. You also have to factor in Golden State and Memphis. These are not bad basketball teams. We're talking about 500 squads. You know, I don't think the Lakers are going to be guaranteed to win many games that are on their schedule. Now, this is going to be a flat-out mess. Now, being fair, in theory, if you're a Lakers fan, you're saying all they have to do, find a way to get in, get healthy, and at the end of the day, they can make a run. And I could appreciate that, and I could applaud that. But, you know, the Lakers, this is a complete and utter mess. You know, they've got Philadelphia coming up next. How are they going to beat Philadelphia? I'll tell you, the big test is going to be when they have Cleveland and Orlando. You know, a couple of dreadful basketball teams. Can they beat Cleveland and Orlando? I don't think they can do that. I mean, then, you know, you think about teams like Milwaukee on the horizon, and, you know, they're going to have a date coming up on Easter with the Clippers. They're not going to be able to function in these games. So I think there is a realistic chance that this team is going to bottom out. NBA trade deadline tomorrow. I think you're going to see some names on the move. You know, Victor Oladipo has become a losing ball player. I'd be buyer beware if I'm, at the end of the day, a team that wants Victor Oladipo. I mean, you heard Bob Kravitz from The Athletic, who's covered Indianapolis sports forever. He was really kind of repulsed with Oladipo's act at the end in Indy, you know, and obviously they're dreadful in Houston this year. There's a lot of smoke around Oladipo going to Miami. You know, heard that could be a fit, and he wants to be there, so maybe he'll give a damn. Who knows? Raptors are a complete and utter mess right now, and Toronto should be a seller at the deadline. Be curious to see if Lowry gets shipped, and he's been Mr. Raptor. Would he go to a team like Philadelphia? Would he go to Miami? Lonzo Ball is available. The Knicks, there's been some conversation about that. Aaron Gordon could be available. Could see Aaron Gordon in the conversation with the Boston Celtics. But a lot has cooled on the Lakers. A lot has cooled here with regards to the Lakers. Because at this stage, to Frank Vogel's brilliant point, you got to be very careful here about making a trade, who you trade for, because you don't know what it's going to be when there's a timeline for AD and LeBron coming back. So maybe there'll be a buyout situation, with Drummond or with, someone like LaMarcus Aldridge. But, I don't expect anything major right now when it comes to the Lakers, because basically the trade deadline move is going to have to be LeBron and AD getting healthy, because it's going to be slip-sliding away. It is slip-sliding away in a rapid fashion already here from an L.A. Lakers standpoint. They are a hot mess. I don't expect them to win games anytime they play. Max in Phoenix, our good friend. Next on Sports.
Hey, Alan, good morning. How are you, man? How's the family?
Max, I am superb, my friend. Everyone's great. Hope the same with you.
Yeah, everyone's okay, man. And just talking about the Packers, man, it's like I've been reading, Twitter and, social media a little bit. And most of the Packers defender apologetics, they're saying, no, this is the Packer way. But, is it really worth the Packer way? Is it just getting through the draft and getting few their free agents and it's not working. And if you see something is not working, the definition of insanity is doing something the same team over and over, expecting the same different results, and that's not going to happen. And seeing, that we are on the brink to lose Aaron Rodgers, man, after this season, or the upcoming season, it's just frustrating, man. I don't know what are they in the business to win Super Bowls or just business to sell ice cream, man? It's just mad.
Max, I understand that, and anyone who says that this is acceptable, I want to see their Packer fandom card, because this is not acceptable, and they should be, and they're not. They should be in the business of it's all about the Super Bowl and how can we win the Super Bowl. And look, Aaron Jones coming back is phenomenal. I'll make sure to credit Brian Gutekunst for that. They got a little lucky that Jones wanted to stay in Green Bay, and he told his new agent, Drew Rosenhaus, get me the most money possible from the Green Bay Packers. So I appreciate and certainly applaud that. Kevin King is coming back. That's one a lot of people didn't see coming. I'll give them credit for that. But they should have been in on receivers. They should have been in on Emmanuel Sanders. They should have done things to help Aaron Rodgers, and they haven't, and they don't, and they won't. And if you're a Packer fan, this is unacceptable. This is totally unacceptable. You have the most talented quarterback in the history of the NFL who's coming off of the best season of his career. I mean, let's go.
Yeah. In addition, I don't know if I just saw that the Golden State wanted to be a Packer. It wouldn't even throw some money there or even try to have him visit Green Bay. And come on, it's over and over the same thing and not planning or not having a future. I don't know if Brian is going to do something with Aaron Rodgers or if they're going to do an extension. But, it's just sad to see,
But, Max, I don't think they want to do an extension. I think that's the problem here. Gutekunst drafted Jordan Love. He traded up for Jordan Love. The plan is to play Jordan Love. It makes no sense. Zero. But I think that's what they're going to do next year in Green Bay. And my goodness, the fact that after an MVP season, they couldn't restructure the deal, kick some money down the curb on Rodgers, so this way they can free up some cap space to sign free agents. Max, I feel terrible for you. I feel terrible for all these amazing diehard Packers fans who listen to the show, who flood the phone lines, because you guys deserve better. Aaron Rodgers deserves better. More of your outstanding telephone calls, plus our good friend, the great Pete Thamel from Yahoo Sports is going to join us live on line right after the great Dan Lang on the Mad Dog Sports Radio Sports Fight.